everybody. I'm going to keep my voice down just a little bit because everybody's in bed. It's actually 12:30 at night, and I was just on a Zoom meeting, a Bible study, but the guy that runs it is in America, so it finished late tonight, which later than normal. And all day I've been thinking I must go onto my YouTube channel to just pop on to say hello to people and just to do like a little quick update of where I am and what's going on and stuff like that. So it's so nice to see you all. Hi. Hello. So sorry that I'm keeping my voice down. I hope you can hear me because I just don't want to disturb the rest of the household. So I've been a bit MIA, missing in action, for a good few weeks now, and it kind of snowballed. You know, when you find yourself in a situation, you're like, oh, like how did that kind of happen? Nice to see you all. Hi. I'll say hello in a minute. So I think it stemmed with work. Some of you know what work I do. I work as a teaching assistant, and I'm a one-to-one with a particular child, and that was getting quite busy and stressful and difficult to deal with. And so that was I felt under pressure at work dealing with that. But then also I think on top of that I was obviously doing my Stampin Up stuff and trying to come on to do my Tuesday lives every Tuesday, and just not feeling it, like just not being prepared enough to come on. And I always felt a bit bad that I would just kind of go, oh, what am I going to do, and just come on and show up. And then I had my workshops and my church classes and trying to keep on top of that. And then I've been busy with Etsy. So I do have another budgeting channel, and so I've been selling stuff on Etsy to do with my budgeting stuff. And that had just taken on something amazing. And I was enjoying that. I was enjoying designing some stuff for that and printing and selling, and that was doing really well. And then regularly on Thursdays I was having the Bible studies, and before I knew it, like every evening pretty much was booked up with one thing or another. Yeah, every night I was doing something. If it was like to do with Etsy, on Tuesday it was Stampin' Up, Wednesday was sometimes church, Thursday was Bible study, Friday was something else, Saturday and Sunday, and so it went on. And before I knew it, I just found myself feeling really teary, and I was just like, this is bizarre. I don't feel myself anymore. Like, what's going on? And I couldn't snap out of it, and I was like, oh, I don't like this. And I was like, oh, is it premenopause? Like, is it, what is it? Is it? I think it's not just work. Like, I was tolerating work. It was hard, but I sort of tried to keep going, and I couldn't quite figure out what it was. And then I chatted to a friend, and she, thankfully, thank God, she made me realise that, what it was, the fact that everything I was doing was work related in one way or another. And so be it my actual work, my paid work, be it Stampin' Up, be it my Etsy stuff, and whatever I was doing, I was working. And I was like, oh, I hadn't realised that every day, every evening was taken up, and it kind of just snowballed like that. And so, over many tears, I addressed it, and she encouraged me to journal. And although I used to write a diary for years, I'd stopped doing that. And I think that helped. That gave me a therapy, really, to just brain dump about my day. It wasn't a kind of in-depth diary. I am, just to say, I can see your comments, but I don't want to stop my flow, so I will read them back. Thank you, though. Thank you for your support and your comments. And so I did that. I journaled and I brain dumped, but the journal was just for me, between me and God, and it was just what was on my heart and my mind to just properly just get that down on paper and to just get back that work-life balance. Like, where was I going wrong? What could I change to make it better? And I thought, I'm really enjoying doing the Etsy stuff and creating and doing that side of stuff. Work, I'm not going to give that up. It's my regular income. And so again, my friend helped me to point out that actually, the Stampin' Up need to take a bit of a back burner, and I wasn't really enjoying it. I didn't feel creative. I felt like, not that I'd lost my mojo, but it was, anything I was creating was for classes, or I'd then come on and reproduce it online. It wasn't enjoyable anymore. So that's why I decided to strip back on that, but I didn't want to necessarily publicize that on social media, that it was to do with work. And although that initial message of me going, I just need a break, you're not going to see me, I know that sounded probably a little bit like, what does she mean? Like, where's she going and what's going on? I just kind of needed just to go, do you know what? I need to just draw a line under it. And because, to be completely honest with you, I was really toying with the idea of leaving Stampin' Up, in total honesty. I was like, do I need to stop? Do I need to sell my stuff? Do I need to just cut ties? Not worry, not worry about my team, but actually, things could be put in place for them. And I'm just not enjoying it anymore. So I'm just gonna, and the more I thought about it, the more it made me upset. And even talking about it, it makes me a bit sad. Knowing that, could I give it all up? And I know, I think I know the dependence on other people. I think I know the benefit it had on other people as well. And I'm not saying that in a selfish, boastful way. I know that people would enjoy gathering as a community with the lives and the team. And so, but I felt that I wasn't doing it for me anymore. And I know a lot of people sort of say about me time and taking time to rest and stuff like that, but I hadn't really known what that had meant before. I hadn't really realised the benefit, or hadn't hit so rock bottom to be able to know that that's what I needed to do. So that's why I took a step back, because I needed to think about what I was going to do with Stampin' Up. Will I continue? Is this what I should be doing to carry on? Or should I give it up? But like I said, it was just making me too sad. So I was like, I don't need to make that decision right now. I don't need to decide. I just need to have a break, because it's one thing that was taking over a lot of areas of my life that I could kind of control. And my team have been brilliant, particularly really understanding, and they've kept going. And just, I think, in terms of customers, I wasn't having a lot of customer orders, and even my in-house classes, I wasn't getting many people to them. And so it just seemed the most natural, best decision to make at the time, to step back from it. So where am I at now? And I will go back and read your comments. I've had a break. I caught COVID the last week of the school term, which I look at as a blessing, because it meant that I could have that kind of extra a week's rest and break. It wasn't joyful, because it was the first time I've had COVID since, I think I might have had it before it all became a thing. So I think it affected me a little bit more, like my chest and my asthma and stuff. Yes, my upline has been supportive. In fact, it was, it helped talking to Ruth, definitely. So because I had COVID, I had that kind of feel like I've had an extra week's holiday, and now I've had 2 weeks off work because it's the Easter break here, and that's been good. It's just been nice not to do anything, not to not do anything, but just to continue the rest. And we went away as a family, so that's been lovely to actually go away from home and to have that rest. In terms of Stampin' Up, like, I've been scared to go back to my desk. I really have, but I spent all of yesterday and a bit of today designing a card for the church group, and it took me forever. It took me ages. In terms of actual crafting and making, I found it really difficult to, I was playing with so many different ideas to try and make it work, and I finally landed on an idea, and it's all good. I'll show you. So I think having had the rest, the new catalogue has obviously come out and the new colours, so that helped. I'm not like gonna rush in and buy loads of stuff in terms of actual product. I've ordered all of the new colours, and it would just be nice to start afresh, get rid of the retiring stamps, and just slowly build up, like somebody's just said, baby steps. And I'm not going to rush back into it completely. I'm just going to try and be kind to myself in coming back to my channel and into doing Stampin' Up. So the plan is, I'm wondering whether I'm going to do more impromptu lives like this. Just come on when I can, when I'm feeling it, when I'm not tired from work, and when there's opportunity, and just to take that pressure off of myself to have the consistency of doing 1 day a week. I think before, when my work pattern was different, I could do that because I had time to commit to it, but because I'm doing more working hours, it's not so easy. So yeah, I'm hoping to come back and do the occasional live, but I feel like I need to just get back into creating and get my mojo back a little bit first as well, because I've not been at my desk for so long. I'm creating in other ways, creating on the computer and doing other designs on the computer instead. Right, I'm going to stop. I've waffled for the past 12 minutes, and I'm just going to go back and read your lovely messages and say hello. Hi Linda, good to see you. Hi Joanna and Glenna. Hi Shaz, nice to see you. Hi Vicky, we've missed you, so good to see you. Thank you Glenna, I love seeing your sweet faces. Linda, hi there. Angie, nice to see you. Hi Trish, hi Mindy and Tara, you've popped over from my sister's channel. Hi, nice to meet you. Hi Margaret, hello Esther, it's so good to see your happy face. Thank you Margaret. Hi darling, sweet Esther, it's so nice to see you. Hi Caroline, hope you're feeling better, she says. We do need a break, and you're right, Linda, it was like overwhelm. Hi, Delinda, I don't know if I said hello. Hi, Subu, nice to see you. We all need self-care, and I think it shows itself in different ways depending on where you're at. Hi, Wendy, nice to see you. And yeah, just regaining that me time. God always there when we need him, amen. And Margaret says writing a journal so helpful, yeah. Hi Cindy, hi Caroline, Esther, just so far we can stretch ourselves. At time we need to think of ourselves, ask what we are enjoying. Yep, totally Caroline. JDN says, I felt that way all of last year. Thankfully this year I feel much better and have been back in my craft room. I just do it for myself. I don't teach or sell, but for all of last year I couldn't do it. Yeah, and it's like holding up a mirror to yourself and trying to recognize how you feel and what's causing it, and trying to answer all those questions. Joanna says, I totally get it. I had to take a step back last year. There's no rush to decide anything. Just take your time and do things that you love doing. This is it, and at the moment it's other things, and I'm working on a crochet blanket as well, which is nice. It can take time to get back into it. Thank you for your understanding. So I'm trying to zoom through. 1 day at a time, we totally understand. Thank you for your support. Hi there, Jan from Australia. Be kind to yourself. Thank you. Right, I think I've Hi Lisa, I've been feeling the same way. Hang in there, and you aren't on your own. You are amongst friends. That's so good, and I think a lot of people are struggling at the moment, just generally with life. And I think, for those of you who followed and watched me, it's not me. And I think that was freaking me out the most. That I'm like, this isn't me. This isn't the Esther that I know. And that was disturbing me. I was like, oh, I want the old Esther back, and I'm getting there. I feel like I'm, just still trying to find that balance of not overdoing it still, but just slowly. Sorry. Vicky says, I thought about stopping classes and not being a demo and take a break from classes. Still here. I'm just doing what I need to do. Yeah, exactly. There's only 24 hours in a day, and I think it's what you do with it that counts. And I'm really enjoying doing my other channel stuff at the moment. And it's not that I'm going to ignore you guys, or suddenly leave you all, but I'm just going to take a different turn. Hi, Frederica, lovely to see you. And just kind of take things a bit more slowly. Hello, love. Are you watching upstairs? I thought you'd gone to bed. And you are a mother. That is a full-time job. Plus your first baby just turned 18. That is a big change. Yeah, more than I realised, Delinda. I think it's quite a big... I know, Matt's upstairs watching me. I didn't know he was on. Oh, I love him. He's been a great support as well. I'll say that publicly now that you're here. He's been amazing. Yeah, I just really appreciate everyone being so supportive, and I want to thank you. This wasn't going to be a teary video at all, but yeah, I've had some lovely messages from people that have reached out to me. I had a card today I've had a couple of cards from people as well, so thank you so much for messages and cards and concern and comments. It's been really lovely. Yeah, exactly, darling. Exactly. Darlene says, Dear Esther, you have a full-time job and you're a full-time wife, mother, and Christian. You're spreading yourself too thin with all the extras. And yeah, that's it. And it's recognizing that. And, they say half the thing is actually recognizing that there's an issue in the first place, Absolutely. Hip hip hooray for supporting you, family and friends. Thank you, Joanna, for the hugs. Yeah. So I didn't think that many of you would be up at this time of night. It's now 10 to 1. But I'm glad that I could catch some of you on here. I've loved seeing you on Facebook as a friend, not as SU. Oh, Lisa, you've been so kind. Thank you all. So, love you all dearly. It's only 10:10 in Australia. The enjoyment will return when there is space. Thank you, Shaz. I really appreciate that. I just wanted to be accountable to everybody, just to explain what's going on. Welcome to the night shift, she says. And it's just nice to get a chance to just be on here a little bit later. And yeah, and I think just going forward, I will do that. Just be a little bit more impromptu about stuff and just, yeah, be nice to come on and to chat to all you lot. Oh, Linda, I know that, I really do. And that's what makes me teary. She says, know that you're loved. And I think, just the love is just so overwhelming. So, and I appreciate each and every one. So thank you. Yeah, I won't name names because I'm going to end up missing somebody out. But yeah. During a life crisis, I talked with a counsellor. I realised the world wouldn't stop if I backed away. My friends were still there, and I learned to say, I'm not able to do that this time. Cindy, that's so spot on. And yeah, I had to realise that. Where's my tissues? That actually, the world doesn't revolve around me. It's not going to stop, Sorry, that's a horrible noise. Oh, Caroline, she said, I woke feeling thirsty, must have meant to catch you. Crying is healing, I just don't like doing it on my channel. Hi, Janine. So how have you been, you guys? I think, sorry, I'm going to talk again. I think, I'll just read Vicky's comment and then I'll say what I'm going to say. SU has given us friends from around the world and friends outside of SU. I'm crying because you mean so much for someone I've never met, says Shaz. Bless you. I felt like my brain had been so crammed with stuff that there was no room for any more, and it was, that's such a weird feeling. Oh, Serene, thank you for what arrived today. It was lovely, thank you. I've sent you a friend request. Oh dear, you guys. Yeah, it's and the whole mental health thing. I suppose it's good to experience it because you hear other people go through it. But to actually go through it yourself, it gives you an understanding of what people go through. That when you've got a lot on your plate and you kind of don't know where to turn to, especially for people who don't have any faith or who aren't Christians, that must be very difficult. But I'm so thankful for my faith that I can pray, and I had the Bible and verses to just really help me through these times, and with God's help to get through it. But it was just, it's a weird feeling to feel so full up. I drew a picture of a jar, which felt so full but yet so empty, almost like a broken jar. It's such a weird sensation. But there you go. Right, Janet says, yes, take it slow. It's no fun when it's so much pressure. You're a great creator and I love your videos. No worries, come in as you can. Thank you, Janet, so much. You think you know until it happens to you, and then it does change the way you see others. Wendy, spot on. I think, I hear people talk about mental health. I've got family with mental health issues. And I think it was a surprise to me how quickly it snowballed. Like all of a sudden, I'm doing and I'm not coping, and it came as a bit of a shock. I was like, oh, actually, I'm not coping, but what's wrong with me, kind of thing. You don't need to find the old Esther. We all evolve. Can't speak. Oh, Caroline says, I feel your pain. I'm on meds. Bless you. So full and so empty. Yes, that's how it feels, says it, JDN. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I do feel like I've come through it, the majority of it. I do feel like I'm getting back to my old self. I'm trying to work out my time, and not overly manage my time, because I think that could be restricting. But I'm not back at work yet. I think when I'm back at work, that will have yet another impact. I mean, even I was finding that I was getting better at work. I was able to cope better at work, and I spoke to somebody at work as well about how I felt and how hard it was, and that was quite reassuring to speak to somebody, and them saying what you do is a difficult job. Not everybody could do it, and I've learned a lot through it. It's been a real learning curve. It's been hard, but Esther, we're all so glad you are comfortable to share yourself with us. Oh, thank you, Cindy. I'm one of these people that wear my heart on my sleeve. We all have a mental health. It's very important to take care of it, says Darlene. Yeah. Joanna says, I need to blow my nose. Is there any way to mute the mic? See if I could do. Oh, there is. Oh, that is so cool. I didn't know I could do that. Joanna says, I've struggled with my mental health since my spinal injury. It allows me to have more compassion towards others. Definitely. I think, particularly physical injury and pain, when you go through that, you really have an understanding for people in pain all the time. Yeah, definitely. Susan said, the Lord knows your frame. He knows what you need. Be still and let him carry you. Amen. Delinda says, mental health is devastating. Then when you lose control of what you thought you had a grip on is sliding out of control. Not reading this very well. Mental health is devastating. Then when you lose control of what you thought you had a grip on is sliding out of control. It's overwhelming. Puts you in a tailspin. Yeah, and it's a reminder that, you know, we're not in control ultimately, or it's a reminder to myself that, you know, I'm not in control of my life in some aspects. You know, some aspects we are in control of, and we don't need to try and control every aspect and to fill every single hour of every single day and say yes to everything. I think when I mean, I'm 42 now, but you know, I think when I hit 40, I was like, yeah, I'm going to say yes to opportunities that come my way and say yes to things. But actually, you know, I'm at the point now where I'm like, it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no and actually not feel guilty for it. Ruth saying, Esther's education is complete, ladies and gents. I can die happily here. Oh dear. Self-care is a must and a need for everyone, a bit like putting on the oxygen mask first to be able to help you and your family, says Tara. Yeah. Yeah, life is a learning curve, isn't it? And you know, curveballs are thrown for reasons. You know, God sends you a curveball to get you learning. And life is not about the straight and narrow. Yes and no is a complete sentence. Maureen says, I know how you feel. It's been such an adjustment. Everyone says you're so strong, but you feel so weak and fragile. Yeah, big hugs. Thank you, Maureen. Right, Caroline, casting all your cares upon him, for he cares for you. Yeah, thank you for that. Ah, flowers blooming over there. I know when spring hits here, it's such a joy and gives me a hot boost. Do you know what? There's been some really lovely, like the garden's a bit, you know, if you can call it a garden. And there was one single daffodil that's grown out of my weed bed or flower bed. And it was beautiful. It was bright yellow with an orange centre and it lasted for weeks. It was gorgeous. And then I noticed we had some random irises growing in there. And then when we came back from holiday, everything was blue and yellow because of dandelions. There was dandelions and those grape, what do they call them? They look like a bunch of grapes, you know the ones? But everything was carpeted in blue and yellow. It was lovely. So that was nice. No, it's a full and complete sentence. It took me 50 plus years to learn that, but it's important to learn it. Yeah, grape hyacinth, that's the one. I knew you guys would know. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's important, and I think it's not just saying, it's learning the meaning of no, and not no because I don't want to, but no because of my mental health, or no because I know that if I do that, it will only load on more on my plate that I can't manage. And I think it's putting that spin on it, isn't it? I think quite often, you know, you're encouraged to say yes to things, you're encouraged to take those opportunities. And so no could be perceived as negative. But actually, no, like you said, can be a positive thing and empowering. You know, it's like willpower, I suppose, isn't it? You know, saying no to certain foods or whatever. Bees love dandelions, and dandelions are God's flowers to us. I love dandelion flowers. I used to pick bunches as a kid. I know, I kind of don't mind them when they're in flower because I just think I look so. I got, like I say, a blanket of yellow and blue, and it looks really colourful. And when we left a week ago, they weren't really there, so it was nice to come back to that. Dandelions are wonderful plants. It's we who decided that they're weeds. There's a lesson in there, says Melissa. No leaves you open to fully enjoying what you do decide to do. Yeah, indeed. Giving yourself permission to say no. Yeah. Plus, you can fry dandelions to eat. Wowzers. I know I probably heard of dandelion tea, but I'm not sure about that. Yes, exactly. I've had to learn to say no. I lost old friends due to saying no, but we all move on. I love our friends on here now. I had 2 dandelions, says Wendy. Yeah, it's, you know, yeah, life lessons. And I think I know I'm not that old, but the older you get, the more confidence you have in your decision making. That just comes with experience, you know. And life, it doesn't stand still. It does change and it does evolve, doesn't it? And things drop and things pick up, and you know, that's why I was sort of toying with the whole Stampin' Up thing. That, you know, is it time for me to drop? But I don't feel ready to let it go yet. So yeah, you're stuck with me for a little bit longer. Hi, Carla. May this encourage you. You are being Mary. Luke chapter 10. I have to write this down. Verse 38 to 42. Luke 10, 38 to 42. Every no creates a yes. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that before, Serene, thank you. I love listening to the birds singing. Sometimes I do wonder, what if some of them are scared of heights? Oh, every part of the dandelion is edible. Who knew? When your plate is so full and things fall off, you're not in control. You need to choose what we put on our plates. Oh, hi, Carolina. So nice to see you. I'll have to talk to you about Etsy sometime. Amen, sister. The older you get. Shaz, yeah, this too shall pass. And, you know, Janice often says that. And it's a good reminder, because I think at the time you always forget. At the time you think it won't. It really didn't feel like it was going to. But sometimes you need to take those steps to help make it pass, or to just, you know. Oh, Angie, nice to see you on here. Time is our friend, yeah. And it's just important to get that balance back, I think. That's what I was struggling with, just get that balance. And to know when to switch off, or to not put pressure on myself, I guess. Yeah. There we go. Thank you for your company. Nice to see you all. I'm going to start wrapping up because I need to wind down and get ready for bed. But just wanted to say thank you. I know some of you will be a bit gutted that you haven't got me live, and I'm sorry that it's an improper. Sorry, but not sorry. I'm happy that I've had the opportunity to come on now. I know some of you would be sad that you've missed me live, but please do, you know, feel free to leave a comment afterwards and I'll catch up afterwards. Darlene says you can message me anytime you need to talk. Thank you very much. Put the spinning plates away, says Joanna. Yeah. Oh, good. Right, my lovelies, I'm going to leave you, but still love you, because I appreciate you and your support. It's meant a lot, and yeah, you've all said some lovely things, so thank you. Esther, a friend once said to me, treat yourself how you treat your friends. Yeah. I think in my eyes, I thought self-care was buying yourself a bar of chocolate, but it's not. It's more to it than that. Oh, bless you. Thanks, Joanna. Yeah. And I think it's also what you need when you need it. Sorry, I find myself doing this when I need to do this. Like, sort my phone angle. Yeah, I better go and make sure he's tucked up in bed and ready to. He's probably waiting for me to go in for a cuddle or something. He's wonderful to see you. My heart is warm fuzzies now. Oh, I'm sending you a big squeeze, hug, and kiss on the forehead. Received with love. Thank you, Delinda. You're a blessing to me. Oh, Delinda, thank you. It's buying 2 chocolate bars instead, says Caroline, rather than just one. Night, night, everybody. Thank you for hopping on. If you're new to my channel, this is not my usual thing, but it's just an explanation as to where I've been and why I've not been around. So thank you for joining me. Night, night, everyone. Lots of lovelies. Thank you. Appreciate you all. Take care. God bless. Bye. Night, everyone. Give myself a hug. Thank you. Toodles. Bye, everyone. Night, night. Oh, I keep seeing the messages coming through, so I'm poised to press end, but I'm just, thank you all. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye.